The London court will today hear the ongoing extradition case of liquor baron Vijay Mallya. Now, Mallya will appear before the court. He's currently out on bail on an extradition warrant executed by Scotland Yard in April on behalf of Indian authorities. The final hearing in the case will start from December 4th. Mallya owes around 9,000 crore rupees to various Indian banks over his now defunct Kingfisher Airlines. Indian government has been trying his extradition ever since he fled the country. Our London Bureau Chief Mandy spoke to barrister Karishma Vohra to know more on Mallya's case.
With Karishma Vohra, barrister here in London. We're going to talk a bit about the Mallya case. What can we expect when it comes to his extradition? Is it likely going to go ahead?
I think there's a lot of political will behind this case, and there will certainly be a lot of pressure on the Crown Prosecution Service in the United Kingdom through India. But at the end of the day, it's in the hands of the court. It is outside of the purview of the British government as well. And I think it's unlikely that the extradition will be successful. However, if it is successful, Mr. Mallya still has a couple of hoops to jump through. For example, within 14 days, he can appeal to the High Court. And if there is a matter of law arising out of this, then he can also appeal from there to the Supreme Court.
How long do you think this will take?
Again, it depends on the evidence. But I think that it should end before the court breaks for Christmas. But the judgment will be reserved through the Christmas break and perhaps be pronounced early in the next term.
What evidence does India need to provide to make it watertight?
So India has tried to provide evidence of misappropriation of company funds and misfeasance, and it has tried to give a criminal angle to a civil breach, and has tried to demonstrate that funds were siphoned off from India to various trusts or family trusts abroad, including to the UK and Switzerland and so on. Again, this is not the same as, for example, a rapist or a pedophile, murderer and so on. It still is a criminal touch to otherwise a civil case. And therefore, I think the maximum that the Indian government can do is to say that he defrauded Indian nationalized banks and therefore the Indian taxpayers out of a very large sum of money, and that was his intent from the outset. So his intent to fraud, criminal fraud and cheating was at the outset, rather than as an outcome of getting the funds.
So you're essentially saying white-collar crime, you'll get away with it?
Yes, in my opinion. It's pretty hard to extradite an individual on the basis of purely a white-collar crime.